Hey, what's going on everybody? As most of you might already know, I occasionally vlog using my GoPro Hero 4 Black camera. Now, there's one issue that I run into, and that's wind. 1,000 times happier that you did exactly what you want to do, and not... Yeah, it could get really bad. So I wanted to try out GoPro's WindSlayer. It's a windscreen for your GoPro, which is supposed to reduce wind noise by enhancing audio capture. Let's see if the WindSlayer can in fact slay the wind. In the package, you're going to get 2 foam windscreens and a carrying case. From one of the reviews I've read on Amazon, after many uses, the windscreen stretches out. I'll keep you guys updated on what happens after I use this over time. They're made out of foam, so they're really light. There's 2 cutouts, one for the lens and the bottom, which allows you to insert the GoPro. The cool thing about the WindSlayer is that it can be used with the GoPro alone or with the GoPro frame mount. I turned the GoPro on its side and slipped it in. It feels somewhat snug, but a little loose on the bottom. If you use the frame mount, it feels much more snug. This isn't a big deal for me, but there isn't a view for the LCD screen or the red LEDs. You could technically cut out the foam if you'd like, so that you could see the LCD and the red LED while recording. Okay, so let's do a test and see just how well the WindSlayer does. So I'm testing out the audio here on my GoPro Hero 3 Plus Silver, and I do not have the WindSlayer attached. We're gonna see if we could pick up some noise from the wind, and you should be hearing a lot of wind right now. It is pretty windy. All right, let me put the WindSlayer on and we'll see if there's any differences. Okay, so I've got the WindSlayer on my GoPro now. I have no clue if this is recording because this case is on there. So that's one issue, but how is the noise? Is there any wind being picked up by the mic? I'll see when I go inside, but I feel there's a ton of wind being, the GoPro should be picking up all that wind if I didn't have the WindSlayer on. And this is just riding forward without the WindSlayer. I can feel a ton of wind. Yeah, it should be really bad. Okay, I've got the WindSlayer on now. It should be picking up the wind. And if the WindSlayer is in fact slaying the wind, then you will not hear it. Or it'll just be minimized. Yeah, that's a lot of wind right there. Hopefully you could hear me well past the wind. Now, we saw that the WindSlayer actually did pretty well. It didn't pick up much of the wind noise. Now, I want to do another test. I'm going to attach the GoPro onto my car using my Smotree suction cup, and we're going to do 2 tests again. I'm going to do it without the WindSlayer and then with the WindSlayer. So let's see how it turns out. I hope the suction cup doesn't fall off. The WindSlayer did a pretty decent job at removing the wind noise while mounted on my car. Now, we did still hear some wind noise, but it was not as bad as it was without the WindSlayer. Now, I wouldn't really use it on my car. I just wanted to see how much wind would be picked up while going 25 miles per hour in my car. I would normally just use this, like I said before, while vlogging, and obviously you saw that it did remove a lot of that wind noise. So I would highly recommend these 2 windscreens for your GoPro. Now, if you use the link in my description, you help support my channel, and it helps me keep going and releasing new content. The GoPro WindSlayer goes for $20 on Amazon. It's not a bad price. You get two, and remember, like I said before, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on how well these will do over time. Like I said, somebody left a review on Amazon saying that they kind of stretch out. So we'll see how that does. Now, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys found it helpful in making your decision on whether or not this is something you would want for yourself. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe, give me a like, and if you have any more comments or questions, just leave them down below. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. So here's the chest mount. I used the J-hook buckle and the frame to get it mounted. I used the chest mount in my last vlog where I went go-kart racing, and I didn't really have any problems with it. The head strap definitely comes in handy. It's really good for point of view shots. I've recently used it while kite flying and mountain boarding.